There's a new force rising in the super middleweight division, and he might just be the one to take over from a fading Canelo Alvarez. His name is Osleys Iglesias. An undefeated Cuban powerhouse who's been dismantling opponents one knockout at a time. In this video, we rewind through his most explosive performances to understand exactly why Iglesias is being hailed as the next king of the super middleweights. Osleys Iglesias was born in Havana, Cuba in December 1997 and grew up surrounded by the island's rich boxing culture. He began boxing around the age of 7 and developed through Cuba's famously tough amateur system before stepping onto the international stage. As an amateur, Iglesias built an extensive record with more than 200 bouts, constantly testing himself in national and international tournaments to sharpen his skills and toughness.
All right, so I had a very good amateur career. I fought internationally in Russia, in Italy. I didn't get out to the Olympic Games, but other than that, I had a really good amateur career. I did a lot at the amateur level.
His most notable amateur achievement came at the 2019 Cologne Boxing World Cup, after which he made a bold and risky decision to defect to Germany. The biggest reason behind this move was his desire to compete at the professional level, something he couldn't do in Cuba since pro boxing was banned there until 2022. Immediately after arriving in Germany, Iglesias made his professional debut in 2019 against Malkaz Sujashvili, wasting no time making an impression. From the opening bell, the Cuban came out firing heavy shots, and within seconds, Sujashvili was sent crashing to the canvas.
Dieser Iglesias da kommt die Linke.
Sujashvili managed to get up, but Iglesias dropped him again moments later. With Sujashvili's resistance fading fast, Iglesias showed no mercy and quickly closed the show. A thunderous start to his pro career. Just 2 fights later, Iglesias stepped into the ring against Rafael Sosa Pintos, who was dropped with a stiff jab within seconds of the first round. Pintos got up and tried to fight back aggressively, attempting to turn things around, but Iglesias caught him again with a clean shot, leading Pintos to complain about a punch to the back of the head.
Bearbeitet und jetzt zweimal. Der krachende linke Hammer, der Haken.
Once the action resumed, Iglesias landed another precise jab, and this time, it was enough to end the fight. Iglesias carried his momentum forward into his next bout against Robert Ratch, a fight for the vacant IBO Youth Super Middleweight title. The young Cuban controlled the action right from the start, using sharp jabs and uppercuts to stun and drop Ratch early in the fight. Although Ratch managed to rise, the writing was already on the wall. Iglesias kept the pressure on, and after 3 knockdowns in a single round, the referee had no choice but to stop the fight.
Wie lange kann Ratch dem noch standhalten? Iglesias ist gerade auf dem Weg zum...
In May 2022, Osleys Iglesias faced seasoned veteran Isaac Chilemba for the WBA Intercontinental and IBO International Super Middleweight titles. This was the first time in his career that Iglesias went the full 12 rounds. From the opening bell, the Cuban set the tone with sharp jabs and steady forward pressure. He dominated the early rounds with his volume punching and clean, accurate combinations. In the middle rounds, Iglesias began landing heavier shots that wobbled the veteran, and in round 9, he scored a knockdown with a slick right hook after skillfully slipping a punch. Chilemba's experience showed as he survived the onslaught, rallying with counters in the later rounds. But Iglesias stayed composed, never letting Chilemba take control. After 12 hard-fought rounds, Iglesias walked away with a comfortable unanimous decision and 2 new belts around his waist. While Chilemba proved to be tough as nails, Iglesias' next opponent was anything but.
And the new IBO International and WBA Intercontinental Champion, Osleys Iglesias.
In September 2022, he stepped into the ring against Ezequiel Maderna, and from the very first bell, the fight turned into a one-sided beating. Iglesias bombarded Maderna with stiff jabs, using his speed and timing to dominate. Once he opened up with his full arsenal, it quickly became a demolition job. Just over 2 minutes into the first round, Iglesias landed a crushing blow that sent Maderna face first to the canvas.
Ale odpowiedź brutalna.
I odpowiada seriami teraz potem...
With 7 straight wins under his belt, Iglesias earned his first major world title opportunity in December 2022 when he faced Andriy Velikovsky for the vacant IBO super middleweight title. Staying true to his aggressive style, Iglesias started strong, firing sharp jabs and quick left hands to push Velikovsky backward and control the distance.
Der mal Hallo sagt beim Ukrainer.
Velikovsky tried to fight back, moving and countering with body shots, but Iglesias maintained the pressure and landed the cleaner punches throughout. As the rounds went on, Iglesias began mixing in uppercuts and hooks, winning most of the inside exchanges while Velikovsky tried to clinch to slow the pace. Velikovsky did find some success with body counters that briefly slowed Iglesias down, but the Cuban's relentless work rate gave him the clear edge. Iglesias picked up the pace again, landing heavy shots that caused swelling around Velikovsky's eyes and forced him onto the back foot. By round 9, Iglesias staggered Velikovsky with a brutal left-right combination. Though Velikovsky stayed on his feet, he was clearly hurt and went into survival mode. Iglesias trapped him on the ropes and unleashed a vicious flurry that forced the referee to stop the fight.
Das nächste Schlagfeuer von Iglesias und jetzt
A dominant statement win for the young Cuban. For his first title defense, Iglesias faced undefeated 11-0 German prospect Artur Reis, a fight that looked dangerous on paper but turned out very differently in reality. From round 1, Iglesias came out aggressively, landing heavy blows that sent Reis down late in the opening round. In the second, Reis gathered himself and tried to close the distance, but Iglesias' constant pressure and cleaner punching kept him pinned on the back foot. By round 3, Reis showed his grit and managed to land a few counters, trying to disrupt Iglesias' rhythm, but the Cuban continued to control the range and land the more meaningful shots. Then Iglesias stepped on the gas. Trapping Reis in the corner, he launched a perfectly timed left uppercut that sent the German down hard. The referee instantly waved it off. With a highly successful 2023 behind him, Iglesias entered 2024 with fire.
Jetzt hat zum ersten Mal das Gefühl, dass was geht. Und jetzt ist der Kampf zu Ende.
He opened the year by facing tough Argentinian veteran Marcelo Cochares, a man known for testing elite fighters. But the introductions lasted longer than the fight itself. Iglesias came out sharp, pressuring behind a stiff jab and crisp combinations while stalking Cochares around the ring. Before Cochares could even settle, Iglesias landed a thunderous left hook that smashed into his temple, sending him crashing to the canvas. Cochares tried to recover but couldn't beat the count. Another first-round knockout for the Cuban destroyer.
But Osleys Iglesias here.
Down goes Cochares, and you want to talk about power. That was a rocket of a shot. A left hand and a right hook.
I don't think he's getting up for it.
That doesn't happen to Marcelo Cochares.
Later that same year, Iglesias signed with Eye of the Tiger Promotions and officially made Canada his new boxing home. In June 2024, he was booked to defend his IBO super middleweight title against Evgeny Shvedenko in the co-main event in Montreal, a night that would show Canadian fans exactly how dangerous the Cuban southpaw truly was. The 27-year-old started the fight cautiously, pawing with his right hook to measure distance. Things seemed calm at first, until Iglesias landed a clean shot that immediately got Shvedenko's attention. Seconds later, he threw another right hook, this time with devastating force. Shvedenko went down instantly, left unconscious and convulsing on the canvas. That was all the referee needed to see. Iglesias had made yet another terrifying statement.
Oh! Wow! Et là, aïe aïe aïe.
In late 2024, Iglesias faced undefeated IBF International Super Middleweight Champion Ivanov, a highly anticipated clash between two top prospects. But only one man proved he truly belonged at the top. Iglesias started strong, charging forward as soon as the bell rang. He went straight for Ivanov's head and body, landing heavy shots while Ivanov tried to keep him off with his jab. By round 2, Iglesias began breaking through with sharp uppercuts, jabs, and quick left hooks that completely disrupted Ivanov's rhythm. The third and fourth rounds were all Iglesias, as he poured on explosive combinations that forced Ivanov to clinch just to survive. In round 5, Ivanov made one last desperate attempt to fire back, but Iglesias caught him clean with a brutal combination that dropped him hard. The referee didn't need to count. The fight was waved off immediately. It was the biggest win of Iglesias' career up to that point.
Champion of the world, Osleys Iglesias. El Tornado Iglesias.
Solidifying his reputation as one of boxing's most feared rising stars. But the road ahead didn't get any easier. For his next title defense, Iglesias was matched against Vladimir Shishkin, a 16-1 former IBF super middleweight title challenger known for his grit and relentless style. From the opening bell, it was a war. Both men came out swinging, trading bombs, and trying to take each other's head off.
Hyper on Iglesias that he's just a monster.
The pace was vicious, but it was Iglesias who began doing the real damage. His power shots started to wear down the tough Russian early. In round 3, Iglesias buckled Shishkin's legs with a sharp 2-punch combo. By the 5th, his heavy blows had clearly separated the two, though Shishkin refused to back off and continued firing back bravely. That stubbornness only gave Iglesias more chances to punish him. The Cuban cut Shishkin in round 7, then hurt him badly in round 8 before unleashing a relentless flurry that forced the referee's intervention.
Yeah, and I thought any point from here on out, like right there when all he's doing is holding on to the offhand, I thought Michael Griffin was going to stop the fight. But again, Griffin is an experienced referee, one of the best in the business.
The victory elevated Iglesias to the position of IBF mandatory challenger for Canelo Alvarez's undisputed super middleweight titles. However, after Terence Crawford dethroned Canelo, Iglesias' focus shifted toward the new champion, though that matchup remains uncertain. Still, the division is full of potential fights that fans would love to see, including Jaime Munguia, Diego Pacheco, and Hamza Shiraz, all exciting names that could create fireworks against Iglesias. So the question remains, will Osleys Iglesias become the new king of the super middleweight division? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next.